What's up, everybody? Weston Hockowitz here at PackersNews.com, joined alongside a tanned Mike Vandermause, back from Orlando in the NFL owners meeting. From a Packers perspective, a lot of stuff got done. Mike McCarthy spoke on the offense, particularly that offensive line, Brian Bulaga going back to right tackle, also Evan Dietrich-Smith and their plans for handling the center position without him. What was your biggest takeaway from chatting with those guys about that?
Biggest takeaway on offense, I think, is the fact they're willing to move Bulaga back to right tackle after switching him last year to left tackle. Tells me that they really are pleased with David Bakhtiari. I mean, Mike McCarthy has spoken highly of him. So as a rookie, I think they see him as their left tackle of the future. Now, maybe Derek Sherrod can come in and push him for a job, but I really don't see that happening. I think Bakhtiari is the real deal in the Packers' minds. The other thing, though, is the center position. It's a little iffy right now. I mean, they let Evan Dietrich-Smith walk away in free agency, which tells me they weren't all that thrilled with his performance. I mean, he was okay. They think they can do better. Is J.C. Tretter the guy? I mean, doesn't have any experience, but he could be their center for this coming season, which tells you they've got 4 different starting centers in the last 4 seasons. That's a lot of turnover for that position.
Absolutely. Defensively, the Silver Fox was not in Florida. You weren't able to talk to him about his decision to bring in Julius Peppers, but Mike McCarthy talked a lot about it. And it sounds like this elephant position is really growing in popularity in Green Bay, and Peppers is going to factor into that as well.
He is, and I think the key here is versatility. I mean, they are planning to use him as an outside linebacker, as a defensive tackle, as a defensive end. They're going to move him all over the place. I think Dom Capers is really looking his chops at all the different, situations that he can put Peppers in. And they're also probably going to use Mike Neal and maybe Nick Perry in similar roles. So Mike McCarthy has his hands more involved in the defense, this off season. And he and Capers have had a lot of long conversations, and I think there should be, some definite changes. They obviously want an upgrade because the defense, let's face it, has been holding them back from making deep runs in the playoffs.
Last thing for you, Mike McCarthy, I think when you guys were talking with him also mentioned he sees himself as being at the halftime in his NFL coaching tenure, at least in Green Bay. He's 9 years in. He's one of the longest tenured coaches in the NFL, but it still seems like, at least from the outside perspective, he still feels pretty fresh in that job.
Well, it's interesting as you look around that coaching room at the owners' meetings, only 3 other guys have been around longer than McCarthy. And once you are there for that long, I mean, things tend to get stale, but McCarthy really has said he's made a point to try to keep things fresh, keep his message, just always upgrading it, improving it, whatever he needs to do. And he says he's at halftime. That means he could be around for 8 more years. That's a long tenure, but, I mean, you look at the success he's had, and that's got to be good news for Packers fans.
Well, we appreciate Mike's thoughts. Stay tuned to PackersNews.com for more updates throughout the offseason, and until next time, we'll see you later.